It's the Ultimate Chicken Horse crew.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, that's, you know what? It is that, Austin. That's what we are.
We've outlasted the other Ultimate Chicken Horsers on YouTube.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What used to be a burgeoning metropolis is now an arid wasteland where we rove from settlement to settlement, stealing water and gasoline. The limited resources.
Burgeoning is a good word.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
It reminds me of burgundy, which is a great color.
That's a good color in name and in color.
What color is burgundy? It's like a brownish red.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Basically, yeah.
Color of a rich mahogany.
Do we have too many color names? I feel like we do.
Yeah, there's mauve. Why do we need mauve?
What is mauve?
Purple.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Yeah. What is mauve, 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 baby, don't hurt me.
Goodbye.
What's worse though, mauve or chartreuse?
I don't even know, actually. Chartreuse is one that I don't know. Is
I-
that like
That's
blue?
the spring green one.
There should really only be, like, the colors of the rainbow. And I think, like, that's it. I'm kind of on the fence about their... I'm on the fence about there needing to be both blue,
That's not
blue and
surprising,
green.
considering your Planet Coaster Park. Hey,
Wait, did you just say that there doesn't need to be blue and green?
No, I'm just saying choose one of the two.
He made a purple
Wait,
dragon.
in what kind of scenario, though?
Blue and
Yeah, I
green,
know, I wanna know
blue and green are too close together. Like, name something that blue can do that green can't.
Blue can
Grass.
do that green can't.
Name something that blue can do that green
If
can't.
if water became green or grass became blue, would you really notice that much? I
I
think
would not want to drink green water. That's all I'm saying.
I think after a couple of days, you'd just be like, yeah, that's the water. It's green now.
Well, the color doesn't matter.
We got rid of blue.
I'm thinking of
Well, I think
Shrek
we
and he's
should-
blue and it doesn't make
I
any
know,
sense.
I feel like the color definitely matters when it comes to water.
No, it's not
Because
like
you're
it's
fucking you're conditioned.
yeah, it's not becoming green thanks to like mineral deposits. Like it's just there's no blue anymore.
What would do you think? Like, what would happen if there was no blue?
Ow!
Nick,
I mean, I'd be happier.
Universe?
you'd be happier.
I'd be happier. Yeah.
If there were no colors?
No, there can still be colors, just like only 7 or 8 of them.
There are 7.
No, but
Look
there's
at,
like
old
7
school
million.
websites.
Yeah.
You need shading though. Like the world would look so much like duller if there were only 7 colors.
I don't think so.
I just say we gotta stop naming all the colors. That's my problem. Let them
It
be
also
there,
might
but
look
don't
more contrasty.
just don't name them like so dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you on that.
Like let's just give them numbers. Like this is red 42. This is red 43.
No, it's blue 42.
Red 43.
Well, they do have that, actually.
Well, that should be the official way. That way you get like red 99 and then you go like you're purple. And then
Talking about food coloring.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to live in a world of only food coloring names. It's so scientific and dry.
But do you want your pancakes to be chartreuse, though?
Maybe? would
see,
try
that's
it
the
once.
issue. If he asked you if you wanted your pancakes to be brown 7, you'd be like, yeah.
You're brown 7. Wait.
I want a brown... I want a good old brown 1, really. Like, I'm fine with that.
Brown 1 in your pancakes?
Brown is number 2, if you ask me.
Oh, come on in my butt!
Come
I
on
don't know.
in my butt.
The thing that like freaks me out is that like the visible light spectrum is limited by our ability to see those colors. You know, like
Yeah.
I
there
don't
are other
believe that there's more colors we can't see. I think that's a scientific lie.
I couldn't
Really?
handle that
They say there's a
revelation.
lobster or whatever, fucking
Yeah,
crab,
the mantis
a
shrimp.
billion
yeah.
colors, and like you know what? That's bullshit. It can't do that.
I bet the mantis shrimp is like as pissed as I am.
He's even more pissed.
Well,
Yeah, you'd be way more pissed.
well, like he's
got,
underwater
like, a billion of
too,
them.
so it's like already can't see shit. Like it's all blue anyway, right? As far as the eye can see.
But what if
I think
he
they have
can?
ways of dealing with that.
See, but what if like there's like a bajillion more colors and it's like totally
no,
lit up?
it's
under
impossible. It doesn't make sense to me. Therefore, it cannot be existing.
there? You can't even conceive of a color that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but
I
like who
can.
cares?
No, that is an interesting point.
No,
I will
it's
say
not.
though that like
It is.
No,
conceive of
because
it.
you.
I
oh,
just think that
of a
you
color
guys-
that
Man,
doesn't
life
exist.
would be so much more different if there was like a yellow that was actually closer to orange than the existing yellow.
No, you
is.
don't understand. You can't conceive of a color that it's not a color between yellow and orange. It's something totally new.
Well,
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
can't conceive
That's
of
what I
it,
mean.
isn't it just as likely to be close to something I can conceive of?
That's a good point.
Wait, is it? Maybe.
Well, okay, you get a new color, all right?
I guess
I can't decide if it is.
Warm or cool color, yeah, I suppose.
Okay, no, you get a new color right now.
Yeah.
What do you name it?
Brar.
I was also gonna say Brorange.
Well, there you go. Perfect. See,
No.
now once we get the genetic engineering and we can get extra cones in our eyeballs, then
I would call it Nerlay.
Okay, I like that. That's a good name for it.
Nick, give me a color name.
Lavula.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a purple right there.
Yeah. It is.
Oh yeah, that's like super.
Dude, I don't know what Nerlay is.
It's ultraviolet. Nerlay is like a kind of plasticky blue.
Okay.
All right. So now the game is make up a word and we figure out what shade of color it is.
Do you have any more?
It can't be another color. It has to be.
No, that's the thing.
completely
But
new
this is the
color
new
that we
game.
cannot possibly conceive of.
We have
All right,
LeBourge.
fine. Somehow
LeBron?
make it
LeBourge.
Rarb.
LaBorge Nerlay.
I mean, I don't know. I
Dude, I'm
think it
the
would
king
be
of making up silly words, dude. I got Marvel Pop in my book.
Oh.
I disagree. I implore you to reconsider.
I disagree.
I don't know, man. Like, it would blow your mind if you just, like, walked down the street and you saw a completely new color. I say even the cynical lion would have his mind.
I'll tell you
blown.
straight up, I would not care. In today's world of
No!
information overload, my mind is blown on a regular basis. Like, I learned something new that if you told it to somebody in the 13th century, they would have, like, actually killed you. I learned something like that every single day of my goddamn life. I'm over epiphanies. Oh, he's done.
So what about having epiphanies?
You know what would be a great
Got it
epiphany for
bitched out
me?
with like the 8.
If somebody was like, hey, you know, I never tried it before, but I put crushed walnuts on my sandwich and it was delicious. It changed sandwiches forever. I would be like, you changed the game, bud. Way to go. But like, if they're like, check it out, I invented a new color. It's Nerlay. I'd be like, all right. Awesome.
No, but you don't understand. Like, it's a color that you can't possibly conceive
No,
of
you don't
because it
understand.
looks like any other color.
It's a color.
But that's
You
like-
could eliminate like 99% of the colors on planet Earth, and I would not notice or care.
What?
If you really
if
wanted
your world
to,
went
you
black
could
and white.
you could
wouldn't-
start naming ultraviolet frequencies, and you could come up with 100 of them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of non-visible light.
There's
that
plenty
exists.
of room for
What?
Nerlay in either the top or the bottom of the
Hold up.
spectrum.
I gotta think about that one. There's a lot of invisible light.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not invisible. That's like misleading. But
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly. It's not. We can't see it with our eyes.
Imperceptible light to us.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's not part of the visible light spectrum.
It's too fast or it's too slow.
like infrared.
Right. Okay. No, that,
I just
that
want a
makes
new
sense.
color, man. What if those green trees in the background were just Nerlay? You know?
They're pretty close to Nerlay as it is. And that's the other thing. We all have different rods and cones, right? So we're all seeing colors a little different anyway.
I don't know if that's true. That's more like a philosophical thing than anything else, right?
It's a question for people who have no real problems to ponder.
Well, I mean, that's also just philosophy, am I right? Hey!
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da.
Oh my God! Go ask
Yeah,
like
man.
your like 80-year-old World War II vet grandfather, you know, if his red is the same as your red. He's gonna give you a long yarn about, you know, what it took to take down the Jerrys back in the 40s.
He's gonna put
Well-
his boot up your ass. That's what he's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
do.
Yo, okay. I used to think about this a lot when I was a little kid, and the conclusion that I came to is very similar to your conclusion about a new color, which is that even if that were the case, like, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? Because like I still say red, and you know that red is red, even if your red is my blue.
Oh!
But like a new color would blow your fucking mind.
I think you'd be like, wow, I've never seen that color before.
Think about like a new note on the musical scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes like no sense, right? That would be like seeing a new color.
Well, maybe it's because
Yeah.
our cochlear tubes are so constricted we can't catch sound at that frequency. It's infrared sound.
Do you have
I mean,
Fuck,
the
dude,
metaphor is
it-
apt, but it's exactly the same metaphor in another sense.
It might not even be infrared, it might be infra-Nerlay.
That sounds like some kind of disease, like the Nerlay Brundage syndrome.
Yeah.
the Nerlay Brundlefly syndrome.
Did you know there was a kid on the Brady Bunch that went up into the attic and then never came back down again?
I don't believe that for a second.
You mean like in real life, or?
No, in the show The Brady Bunch, they had another kid that was on a certain amount of shows, and then he went upstairs and he never came back, and no one ever acknowledged him again.
What if he came back, but he just came back like off screen? Like they also didn't ever show Mike Brady taking a shit. That doesn't mean that Mike Brady is some kind of like
How did that kill three?
Nikita got a hat trick.
That's amazing.
He got a hat trick with one puck.
Oh man, I really thought that stair was gonna block it.
Fuck.
I don't need
I
a
thought your
jacket.
bodies were gonna block it.
I thought my nuts were gonna block your mom's butthole.
Rob.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
You know, I don't really know.
My nuts are gonna block my mom's butthole?
Mike Brady situation.
Ah, shit,
Rob.
I should have learned that time. You know, fool me once, shame on
What
me.
have I?
Fool me twice, shame on, shame on.
Shame.
I gotta learn that whole
Ding.
quote from George W. Bush. 'Cause it is some top-notch stuff.
Brownie.
No, please. I've been having like cold sweats thinking about that joke for like 3 days.
Sounds like you got a case of the old late Brundage syndrome.
I got a case of the old nacho business. Yeah, there you go.
Nacho business.
Great reply.
Yeah, thanks, man. I try.
Let's get a case.
Huge if true.
A case of the nacho business.
That's more Dr. Hibbert than anything else.
So he went upstairs and he never came back down again. And
Yeah,
that was the end of him.
But like, there's a lot of things that they didn't show on camera in that show. Like, they didn't show Jan Brady getting her period. That doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Wait, are you
Thank
sure they
God.
They might have, to be honest with you.
What have you done?
Yeah, that probably could have been.
That seems like an episode, yeah.
Yeah, that definitely.
I'm just saying-
maybe not in the 1950s.
Do you think the Brady Bunch aired in the 50s? It's part of the
something like
Everybody Loves Lucy era?
It's Everyone Loves Lucy, get it
Yeah,
right?
everyone loves Lucy. Yeah, that's the one. That's the joke that no one's
Bad
gonna
grammar.
understand exactly.
Wait, was that not in the video?
No, it wasn't in the
No, that was
recording,
before the
yeah.
recording.
Before the recording, yeah.
Okay, the
Yeah,
joke, so I can explain the joke, it was that Rob thought I Love Lucy was called Everybody Loves Lucy.
Boom!
There you go.
Now
Yeah.
are you laughing?
Now you can laugh your ass off.
I hope so. Please laugh. Please laugh.
Please clap.
Yo, that please clap thing though, Jeb got fucked. He's just being affable. I've watched the clip like 5 times now, and every time I'm like, that's just like a good-natured way to finish the conversation. But everybody's like, oh, look at it, he totally got cucked by that audience, and you're like, he's just being like he's being an affable guy. Like,
Yeah. Jeb Bush was just like a cuddly old dad.
I mean,
Liked him.
if you're gonna make fun of him for anything, the desperation tweet with his handgun engraved with his own name, with the tweet that just said America, is definitely like way more hilarious.
Oh, Ryan and Nick, you know, I was meaning to tell you guys. This is a
Oh,
side.
I mean, that's fine.
well, yeah, no, not for you,
Austin. I was willing to tell.
Well, you're gonna see why. There's like a double layered reason why it's not for Austin.
Oh, you mean a phospholipid bilayer?
Yeah, exactly. A phospholipid bilayer as to why you should never tell Austin this very thing.
Phospho
Doctors
plan
hate it.
to
Number 5.
gape him
huge
open.
if true.
So there's a Planet Coaster Steam Workshop item. Stage 1. Stage 2, somebody recreated the
Shrek.
giant walking spider robot
From Wild Wild West?
From Wild Wild West.
Oh, man.
yeah. So you know, you guys should probably put that in your.
But like, they recreated it in,
Still hard.
in what fashion?
But it's just a giant robot spider.
Is it
I don't think it moves.
Oh, okay.
It's probably made out of like static columns and shit. I saw a photo of Shrek's little swampy like hideout area, and I think it was from Planet Coaster, but it had no context. So I'm hoping it was.
Nick,
Should we just-
we're worried about you.
Should we? Should I just like World War
Help.
II this right now?
Excuse me?
I can't go to
Very
sleep.
It's an atom bomb!
That's inconsiderate.
Very
It's an atom
insensitive.
bomb.
It's too soon, dude.
It's too soon for the. The 105-year-old people that are watching the Ultimate Chicken Horse series.
When did you
if
think
there is a
the Second
105-year-old
World War
person-
was?
Yo, people who were around for the Second World War, like, unless they like.
You heard
to
it here
remember
first.
it-
If you were a child during the Second World War, you don't really get the credit of it being a hard time in your life. Because
I mean, a hard time, but remembering it.
remember when?
Wait a minute.
Sorry, Japanese toddlers. Remember when Harry S. Truman authorized the dropping of a nuclear bomb on your country? Turns out you don't get to take the credit for living through that.
Did you just say there weren't children in World War II that suffered?
I'm not saying that at all. But you're not gonna remember World War II unless you're like 100 years old.
If you were Harry S. Truman,
Yeah.
Harry
Did
Sylvester
I drop the
Truman,
bomb? No.
do you drop the bomb?
Fuck no.
Why not?
Because it wasn't intended for that. FDR wasn't gonna do it. He even said it wasn't meant to be used.
I'm not qualified to answer that question.
I can't place this item.
Phrase it in the form of a would you rather. That way I can actually.
Would you
probably-
rather?
It would have been just as effective
Oh.
if he detonated it off the coast of fucking, Japan.
I hope that the final country would still be Japan. Because it'd be
you into
pretty
a
fucked up
postcard.
if they were like, we gotta intimidate the, Japanese empire, and they blew up like, Thailand.
Well, that's good.
Surrender, or we'll get Cambodia next, and then we're gonna go to Laos, and then we're gonna go to Malaysia, and then we're gonna go to Washington. We took this series in a weird direction.
We did.
Coin.
Oh,
You're the one who brought up World War II. No, I would not have dropped a bomb. Of course not.
oh, get Julian.
The debate is obviously you don't want to drop the bomb, but the other side of the argument is we only know
The war
history as it
continues.
was,
Right,
and we
yeah.
know how it turned out now.
Warriors
so,
don't read books.
do you want to
winners don't
mess
write
with what
history.
happened?
Yeah, winners
History
don't
is
ride
written by
books.
the winners.
That winner has
And we're going to be winning constantly.
road.
Head.
We should try that. We should write like a story.
Just do one word at a time.
Just one word at a time, yeah.
We get a subject and then we just go.
Okay. Vampire story.
My
Favorite,
Vampire.
Sucks
many
flavored,
Jelly.
donuts.
with
2
Forks.
Venezuela.
So is that period Venezuela?
Yeah.
No, Venezuela. Period.
Yeah.
2 forks Venezuela.
Yeah. There's a comma after forks.
No.
Really, probably more of a semicolon.
Can we get a recap? My favorite vampire sucks. Many jelly donuts.
Using
With-
2 forks
with 2
Venezuela.
forks.
With 2 forks Venezuela.
Two forks Venezuela. Yeah.
So it's
Like
with
Venezuela
it.
is the style of the fork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get those
Venezuela.
forks, Venezuela, please? Would you like to make those forks Venezuelan for another $1.75?
Did you know that if you have trouble flying on airplanes, you just make fists with your toes in the hotel when you get there?
You
I
know,
did know that actually.
Yeah.
it's still the stupidest part of Die Hard.
Yeah, it really is. Because it's like it doesn't really like what I'm afraid of airplanes.
No,
Okay,
no,
let's
jet
do
lag.
Something after jet lag.
It's jet lag.
Yeah, but he's upset with it. But the guy sees him like squeezing the armchair on the plane. He's like, oh, you don't like flying much, do you? I tell you what, I got this one little tip for you.
It's a stress relief thing. It's therapeutic.
Yeah, but like if I'm afraid of planes, though, I'm gonna wait till I land the plane. The problem's over.
Yo, it's
The best way to
it's a
relieve
jet
stress
lag
is to
thing.
tense your muscles.
Make tiny fists with your toes.
I can't
Yeah.
do that. It'll cramp
I
my foot up.
remember the scene vividly, though. That the implication is that he's telling him about not liking the plane ride. because it's an insert of John McClane's hand clutching the thing, and he's got kind of straight up in the seat, and the dude's like, huh, first time flying, huh? And then he tells him about the fist with his toes.
Honestly,
It's weird because he's such a tough guy.
Yeah.
Look at
It's
this
like
crack and tell me that
Indiana
it's not
Jones doesn't like snakes. Can we also talk about how great of a film Die Hard is?
Yeah, it's
No.
a good movie.
It's a very good movie.
that I haven't seen.
You really do need to see it.
You
because
should
it is
see
actually
Die
I've
very
seen
good.
Die Hard 4.
Okay, that's maybe the worst. Actually, 5 is the worst one you
Yes.
could have seen. 4 is still really bad, though.
I don't remember what happened. I just know there's a Harriet, and he's like walking on the Harriet. Harrier,
You
not
mean a
Harriet.
Harrier?
No, it's a Harrier,
Harriet?
not a Harriet.
Walking on Harriet? Just walking on some lady named Harriet?
walking all over
How-
Harriet. No.
what's the
He's gotta make fists
progression
with his
again?
toes, and then
It
punch her in the
goes-
face with his toes.
It's the tower and then the airport.
Yeah,
And then the
tower,
taxi?
airport. Yeah, so like, okay, so I have a theory about Die Hard. It was kind of broken by the 5th movie. Let's just pretend the 5th movie doesn't exist. Because there's a level of escalation in Die Hard that is very logical to follow. Namely, in the first movie, he saves like, I don't know, maybe 50 people in like a single tower in a single building or whatever,
Nakatomi
right?
Plaza, yeah.
In the second movie, he saves an airport full of people, so that's like thousands of people in there, right? Like he's saving thousands of people.
Depends on
Then-
the airport.
Right. Well, that's true, but it's the LA airport. It's LAX, so I mean, I think
So
it's
nobody
probably
cares.
a lot of people. Yeah. But
Maybe it was like not a very busy season, so there weren't a lot of people there.
it's entirely possible. But either way, more people than in the building.
Like after I heard that there was an incident at LAX, I'd probably be like, "Honey, we're gonna move our flight. Let's not go to the airport right now." So like,
That's true. Well, but they only know that there's an incident at the kind of the end of the movie, really.
The incident in the building was also the building was abandoned. They really just wanted to break into that
Well, it was a party.
vault or something,
there
right?
was a Christmas
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, it was a Christmas party.
Yeah, but there's still it was
Anyway.
like 30 people. It wasn't that many
Continuing
people.
with my
I'd expect
theory.
more people to be at a Christmas party though than an airport, because the Christmas party is fun, and an airport, you know, like kind of sucks.
You gotta
but,
get where
like,
you're going, right?
But people are not going to, you know, there's no practical reason to go to a party outside of entertainment, you know?
Having a good time.
Well, that's not very.
What about
you know,
networking? It's not about what you know; it's about who you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
but
they're
you're
at
gonna network at
TwitchCon.
your own company, though.
Yeah, dude, upward momentum.
I suppose
You know,
so.
This week he's mopping floors. Next week it's the fries. Kanye West.
So thousands of people at an
Oh,
airport. Then third movie, he saves all of New York City. So millions of people, an entire city.
Well, what
Then
if they
the
were
fourth
all
movie,
stuck in
he's-
Los Angeles because they couldn't fly home thanks to the airport issue?
Well, you know, it happened several years later, so that would be some serious backup.
These are
on the
mega
tarmac.
billion-dollar projects, Robert. They
Well,
take
I mean, that's a
time.
good point. But you see, do you see the scope that I'm going for here? That you
No, I can't figure it out at all, actually.
So by the fifth movie, he should be saving the solar system, and by Die Hard 6, he's got to fight like Galactus.
It's like a Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Land, Super Mario World, Super Mario Galaxy. Mario.
Mario.
Pretty much, yeah.
Super Mario.
Super Mario.
What do you think the new Mario's gonna be called? They showed it, right?
Super Mario Universe.
2.
No, they're gonna do that thing where they like, all right, we gotta stop this. We can't go we can't go past universe, right? So we're just gonna not do universe, and we're just gonna start this new trend. So what are they gonna do?
Super
Mario
Mario
Cardboard.
Cellular.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
Super Mario Microscopic.
Dude, that would be cool, like Mario in the Matrix, and you have to learn from Morpheus and stuff, how to do Kung Fu.
No.
I'd fucking play
Eat their
that
first
game.
mushroom.
Yeah.
He had to learn
exactly.
from Morpheus how to do Wahoo!
I
That's
knew it was
a
coming.
family-friendly joke.
That's
that I
Toad.
appreciate. Yeah. You guys see that thing on Reddit, how times have changed, and it's a picture of the Mario Run app and the
Yeah.
Sonic Jump app?
And the Pokemon Go app.
Well, that one doesn't really fit.
That's the, Nintendo property and then a verb.
You got two different pictures conflated here. The one that,
Yeah, I
that
think-
Robert saw is how times have changed, and the humor is that Sonic is all about running, Mario is all about jumping. The games are named Sonic Jump and Super Mario Run. And then the one
Yeah.
that Nick saw is, I think Nintendo's trying to warn us, and that's because
Oh!
they were
Yeah.
named Super Mario Run and Pokemon Go.
Thank goodness. I could never figure out all these memes without you.
Shit, dude. I didn't even see the one that Nick was talking
It's
about.
a tangled web. Tangled web we weave.
We practice to deceive.
I haven't seen any of
It's a
these.
tangled web, Luigi.
You didn't spend enough time on Reddit.
It's a tangled pasta, Mario.
I only like go to the Northern Lion subreddit and the NFL subreddit now.
Yeah, NFL subreddit's pretty good.
One of the best.
It actually is. It's really quite funny.
I like the Northern Lion subreddit because we get appreciation threads all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they don't like those, so.
There's like a deep level, like, it's not even a meme on that subreddit where it's
That
just
would
like...
be just about the only post that isn't, then.
Well, I mean, like, it's like, every time there's an appreciation thread, it's like, can we stop upvoting appreciation threads? Can we have an appreciation thread for the appreciation threads? Yeah. And then, like, it goes like that. It's cyclical.
Fuck
like
being nice, fucking losers.
I just want you all to know that we love the appreciation thread.
Yeah.
Let's just get up the hate thread, don't actually.
The pushback happens so fast. I don't even think there were maybe more than 2 appreciation threads before people were done with that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So I'll take a few more of those if you want.
Just give us like 6 more appreciation threads.
I
Quite a few more.
don't like the appreciation threads.
Wow,
Why
that's
is that?
not surprising.
Praise breeds complacency.
Does it?
That's my outlook
Sometimes
for
you gotta-
parenting. Yes.
Yeah, but like most of the time, people are just shitting all over us all the time. So
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know,
true.
you gotta temper it with some.
It's hard to
nice
tell
things
where the
sometimes.
memes and the flame, like, combine.
I think some people enjoy the meme and use it as cover to actually say mean things, so they don't have to feel bad about it.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna stand completely still, and then I'm going to win the level.
Way easier.
Yeah, you literally stand
the
still
thing.
on the top one. It's fine. Well, let's see. What haven't we played
Oh,
yet?
Nick is just the chameleon with no nameplate, and it's really creepy.
Did you say data during that? He's like, oh no, data is played.
Oh, Nick is just, I don't know, man.
Papa Egg,
Did you know a singular piece of data is called a datum?
datum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird.
Datum?
Yeah.
Did you know that ravioli is plural and it's actually raviolo if you're talking about
Yeah.
a singular
Yeah.
ravioli?
I'm the guy, I go to the pasta place and I go,
Yeah.
hey, give me the spaghetto bolognese. And then it comes out with more than
The
one
single
noodle.
strand.
No, it
Yeah.
comes out with more than one noodle. And I go, hey, choco heads, I ordered the spaghetto and I got spaghetti. Spaghetto
Oh.
on a cold and gray September morning. A single noodle of pasta was born named Spaghetto.
We've gone too far.
You took
That's
the thing
fair.
that I was gonna say away, which is that spaghetto is spaghetti.
Did you
That's
just
my
end the
only fact.
spaghetto?
The other one is that there's an apple on that one DVD cover. I know that too.
How did you know that?
Because I put it away at
know that.
GameStop all the time. We used to stock DVDs there, and we had to gut them, which means take the DVD out of the
You really
case.
called them that?
That's the
Gut 'em?
nomenclature that the company used that, yeah.
That's fucking morbid,
them?
man.
Gut
No,
means you
why?
take the disc out, you put it in an envelope, put a SKU sticker on the envelope, and file it in the drawer.
Somebody
fuck it.
working in management's got some serious repression.
It makes sense. You're leaving just a shell of its former self behind.
Yeah. What happens when you throw away old games? Murder them?
Field destroy them.
I feel like GameSpot is run by a guy who did like basic training and then like that was it, but he's really into the army still. Can you go out there and field destroy Crackdown, please? We got these 30 extra SKUs of Crackdown we need to have field destroyed.
That actually occurred to me a little bit as well, that it seemed some of the nomenclature was a little military sounding. I thought they used that to make it seem more formal than it actually was. Like, to give us this attitude.
Do you scratch up the disc with keys or something when you throw it out? How does it work?
Yeah, we had one of those box cutters to just run it over the back of the disc. Or you could
Wait,
snap
why,
them.
though?
Because they knew that the way that this worked was that we would throw stuff out, so they would go and dumpster dive and take all the stuff and then sell it back to us.
Oh, well, why would you... Wait, hold on. If you're throwing away, like, your edition of, like, Mario Paint, then why would you buy it back in the first
Wait,
place?
Rob has a great point here.
Yeah.
That I'd never
No,
No, he
considered.
doesn't, because we didn't sell that anymore.
Well, that's what I mean. Though.
Some guy would come in with like a used game that you guys had already marked for destruction, and you'd be like, "Hell yeah, this is worth like $10," even though we just took it outside and lit it on fire like 2 days ago.
It's GameStop. It would be worth 30 cents.
But still, like
even the logic.
We're still bereft of an answer for this. Walk me through it. Okay, so you get like an order. They're like, "Oh, we haven't sold a copy of Madden 08 in like 10 years." So go destroy the copies of them out back. You just throw them in the trash. You're like, I'm not gonna use the box cutter these days. Somebody comes in with a copy of Madden, 08.
They could try and return it. They could make some stupid argument up. It just got rid of all of the ambiguity out of the situation. Or they could just put it on eBay as well. Like they could just try and make a profit off it some other way.
That's like a victimless crime.
Yeah, you're throwing it out.
The company believed that it was their property, and they sort of looked at it like you're disrespecting them.
That's pretty fitting for that company, considering what happened in the 2000s with game companies being like, used games are stealing.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. Oddly enough, GameStop also thought that about their own property.
How do you do that?
I mean, they wanted us to destroy perfectly good merchandise just so other people couldn't have it.
That's bullshit, dude. Like, why don't you just donate it to the local, orphanage?
Because they were sure that someone would resell it.
So what?
Well, they just didn't want to have to ever pay for or be involved with the sale of something they determined was unfit for sale at their store now. They like to believe, being the market leader, that they could kind of dictate the entire market based on their own whims.
I feel like trying to do a nice thing is more important than succeeding in doing a nice thing.
Before the commenters lose their shit on me, why does he know all this shit? I was an assistant manager at a GameStop for a bunch of years.
It's getting real suspicious.
This video is actually sponsored by GameStop. That's why we're shit talking them super hard.
I'm just saying, somebody's gonna say, "What do you know about GameStop?" I actually work there.
I know all about that.
Allay those fears before that comment comes up.
Yeah, it was like that one time that I went to the Dunkin' Donuts when they were throwing out their old bagels at the end of the night, and then I took their bagels, and then the guy gave me a dirty look.
Rob, did you actually?
Yeah. They're perfectly fine.
Yeah, why not take the... That's...
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I understand why they have to throw them out. It's like a safety issue, but...
Yeah, they don't want to, like, be liable for it, basically.
But, like, if Rob's not gonna sue him, I guess, like...
Yeah, I'm not gonna sue him. I just fucking...
To be honest...
I'd sign a waiver if they were giving it out for free.
A very interesting thing just happened. My power flickered and caused my monitor to go off.
Fuck. Oh, that's really weird.
But I have two monitors, so I was able to keep playing through OBS's preview window, which was still on.
Oh.
As far as I know, nothing was interrupted.
You ever guys had that weird thing where you lose internet, but you can still talk with people?
Yes!
That's so creepy.
That happened to me the other day! I mean, it happens to me all the time. Skype always comes back first. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, because, the internet was down, but I could still hear you guys, but you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, apparently it's a DNS thing. That happened to me where my internet completely went down. I couldn't load a single page, but I was in Discord and I was just chatting with people in Discord.
Yeah.
Well, there's multiple things happening. I mean, in one case, there's buffering, so you've got data left over that hasn't worked its way through yet, and then DNS is you're just having trouble connecting to one IP.
In a similarly entertaining note, you guys ever get stuck watching vampire porn and then you find that there's just too much blood.
I actually really appreciate that you went out on a limb and did that one. Somebody told me at one point that the world was gonna roll me.
Right, yeah, no. You ain't the sharpest tool in the head.
No, that you start coming up with songs as you say them, and you gotta work your way out of the end of them.
Yeah.
I think that was Austin? No, it was Bear.
What's the maximum amount of times you can randomly bring something up before people start asking questions?
Apparently the answer is 1 for you. Because I'm about to ask you a question, and the question is, what the fuck are you talking about?
Someone starts talking about vampires too much. He brings it up and it's casual to start, but then it's man, this guy talks about vampires a lot.
Yeah, I've been thinking that for a while.
Is there a number? Is there a hard number?
I think the second
There's
time.
A hard number.
The second
it
time.
is because the first time you go, oh, so he was just racking his brain for something random, and he went with vampire porn. The second time you're like, you all right, dude? Is everything okay?
See, because the thing is about vampires, and maybe this is why they've been on the brain for me, is I've always liked vampires, but then there was like a period in the mid 2000s where like vampires were oversaturated, but now I feel like
mean
maybe
Underworld?
Yeah, well,
And Twilight.
but I'm thinking like maybe now we've hit the grace period where we can talk about vampires again, and it doesn't have to be a discussion about Twilight.
I don't
I
think
was thinking the same thing about Shrek, honestly. Why can't we talk about Shrek anymore?
I don't think vampires are cool though.
Vampires are pretty cool.
How so?
They're sexy immortals.
They can play really good baseball.
See,
they
you use
can
that
run
word
super
sexy, and I
fast.
started asking questions.
Yeah,
because-
I agree with you.
They can get you
Vampires
pregnant
are
in one
sexy.
try.
That's a typical vampire thing, is that they're sexy.
Is it though? Because I like
Yeah,
the
it
old
is.
ones
Yeah,
from
it
like
is.
the old like 30s and 40s and 50s are like.
Yeah, have you ever
No, I'm
seen
talking about Anne
fucking-
Rice vampires, man.
Watch Nosferatu.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, okay.
yeah, he was sexy as
Nosferatu
fuck.
only exists because they couldn't get the rights to Bram Stoker's Dracula.
You know that
so-
this is all made up in the first place, right? Like,
Well, yeah, but I mean,
What?
like,
it's that
you
they
know,
didn't have the rights to use Dracula, so they had to make some changes to that.
But they did though, like, because that's the thing is that they wanted to do Bram Stoker's Dracula and they couldn't get the rights to it, so they made, like their own retelling of it and called it Nosferatu.
Yeah, but you know this stuff isn't real, though.
Well, yeah,
Why?
nothing in films is real.
What about,
Oh.
what about documentaries?
There's some elements of some documentaries that make you wonder.
Rob,
You guys
what?
have a favorite documentary?
Wait, what's Rob insinuating? Because I was mad at the coin.
He's saying he doesn't like documentaries because there's none about vampires.
Basically, yeah. There's been several cases over the course of film's history of documentaries being some documentaries. I shouldn't say the majority of them being not actually based entirely on the truth.
I watched one that was about the Ghostbusters fandom, and that was just really uplifting. You know, they do a lot of charity work, like there's a different chapter in every state, and they get together and they do charity work, and they just talk about Ghostbusters and like visit little kids in the hospital. That's so like really nice.
Hey there, Slugger. How you doing? Who are you? I'm the leader of the Philadelphia Ghostbusters fandom. Can somebody get Make-A-Wish on the phone?
No.
I asked for John Cena, and I got
They,
John C. Riley's older brother here trying to talk to me about how, Ghostbusters 2 isn't as bad as Rotten Tomatoes says it is.
they would pretend they were people from the movies, so like they would identify them as characters.
See, that would never work on me, because I'd be like, hey, why aren't you in my room? Ghostbusters? Is there a ghost to be busted in here? No, we're just, like, taking a day off. And you'd be like, you sure? Because, like, I don't believe that you would tell me if there was a ghost in the room. It'd be quite the
That was
shock
like-
to the system.
Something similar actually happened to me, like when I was like
You had a
5.
ghost?
Yeah, I had a ghost, and I had to bust it.
Did it feel
it's-
good?
I had to bust its nut, yeah. No, so I was super into Power Rangers when I was a kid.
Not vampires?
Well, I mean, actually, yeah. But
Rob? You're digging a hole.
cool. What's wrong with vampires?
This is like when Austin talks about dragons. It goes like,
Shut up.
There's many different kinds of dragons. I'm like,
I agree. There's many different kinds. I was with him on that.
This
Yeah,
has
you-
gone too far.
You guys have your own
Shut it down.
problems.
Don't
But,
talk about dragons like that.
So I was super into Power Rangers, and I had a Power Rangers party, and my cousin Tony.
I love dragons.
Yeah, no. All my families are named after like stereotypically Italian.
No.
Yeah. I actually have a cousin.
Did you know
named-
that a Tony is actually just multiple tonos?
Wait, is there an end to Rob's story, or was that it?
Yeah, basically dressed up as the White Ranger, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Tony." Like, he thought, like I was like 6, and he just like immediately
Dude.
saw through the ruse.
That's not cool. You
Yeah.
can't be the White Power Ranger.
Wait,
Nick.
where is this?
Nick.
Okay, goodbye. Laser.
Beam.
Was
Venezuelan.
So Laser Beam's the guy. All right, that's his name.
His.
attribute was
His.
Large.
rectum.
That it?
Yeah, I guess that's it, then.
All right.
Yeah,
Laser beam was Venezuelan. His best attribute was his large rectum.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Look forward to continuing the chronicles of Laser Beam. Rob and Nick got together and said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we excluded Austin and Ryan from the voting procedure? And then we said, we're not going to take that anymore. So that's my roundabout way of introducing that this is probably going to be the last Chicken Horse episode. I think we've done what needs to be done. We've discovered phantom glues and red coins. Staggered stammers.
We gotta end on windmill, by the way.
Staggered stammers.
That's a fair.
Actually, we probably have to end on dance party, don't we?
No, we don't.
No, we're gonna have a good time on the last.
This frees up time for us to maybe do something else, although we have no idea what that may or may not be at the present moment.
Yeah, actually, no, that's a good idea. That it would be
Penultimate dog cat.
Yeah, there you go. We can play that one. Yeah.
We could play some penultimate dog can.
I mean, I guess that would mean that you guys should leave suggestions in that.
No, you don't have to. We're gonna play Magic again. It's gonna be.
Is that what it is?
You can't even joke promise that. They'll lose their fucking mind.
That's a good point, actually.
200 more episodes coming up. No big deal. They'll be 3 hours long each, by the way. Ryan's very generous with his time. I'm joking. None of those things were said.
Be careful
as
what you
if I
wish
needed.
What, you're saying you're
yeah, that's
signing off
if
on
you
it?
want to get me back for that, then yeah, sure. Let's go.
All right.
Let's make sure the game works.
Friday night Hearthstone taverns.
Oh, well, now you've gone and done it.
No, but we can't do
honestly,
4-player in that.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that I would want to do, like, if Hearthstone ever had 4-player, I would absolutely love
Actually,
to bring the Magic
to be honest with
series
you,
back in
Hearthstone
that way.
has millions of players, so you seem to be
get
getting
it.
it confused with some other games.
It
It did it right after you said it.
anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
Does it
Yeah,
always do it after no
unfortunately-
winners, no points?
I think it just always does it every round.
Yeah.
We
Once
should
we
know
stop
this after
playing
80
this-
episodes.
Yeah, we should.
The memes all disappear with the game as soon as we stop.
But do you ever have
Yeah,
that
no,
happen?
it's
Like you look at like maybe you got your shirt off, you're about to take a shower, and you're like, "Has that mole always been there?"
Shirt off.
And then like 2 years later, you're like,
Oh, God.
I guess so."
I found a skin tag on my neck the other day, and I just ripped it off.
What?
Whoa!
What's
You
a
don't do
skin
that.
tag?
Yeah, but I did it because it was hurting and annoying. I just was sick of it rubbing on my shoulder.
Could be cancerous, dude.
Yeah, well, it's off now.
Well, the problem
Well, I mean, if
solves.
Yeah, I mean,
Definitely.
cancer's gone. There you go. That's crisis averted.
Doctors hate him. Yeah, it
Let's
just sort
show it
of ripped off the cancer.
It seems like I figured it
Time,
out.
and I was like, you know what? I ain't dealing with this.
I don't know why being a doctor is so fucking hard.
I don't know about this one, Rob.
Yeah, this is
The array of bullets is not very conducive to escape. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh!
Oh no! And Lou gets
Oh,
you.
the cat's freaked out so much.
Belly of the beast.
Lou fucking gets you. That's
Wait,
beautiful.
so I have cancer now?
Yeah, apparently.
It was like a flesh-colored one, not like black or anything.
I mean, it's probably fine. Like,
Probably fine.
I was,
just in general, you shouldn't just like rip it off. Like,
Yeah, but it was rubbing on stuff, and I didn't like it.
What's a skin tag?
It's like a little growth of extra skin, just like a little flap of skin that just comes out. of your
every
neck
man
or
has one
something.
that comes out of the bottom of his pelvis. You wouldn't know, Rob.
It's called the clitoris.
Well, the penis is very much like a giant clitoris.
Scientists hate them.
The clitoris?
Scientists do hate the clitoris.
That's a good point. They're fucking sick of that shit.
They didn't believe it existed until the 50s.
I still don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jury's still.
Hey, I
it's
made
like,
it.
It's like the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
It's like a little man in a boat. The Loch Ness monster.
You think the, like, men can't find the clitoris thing was always a meme? Like, everyone always knew where the clitoris was, but just, like, it was always a
Oh
joke?
yeah, dude. Like there's cave paintings.
I think the joke is the men know where it is, but they avoid it because they're stupid and like lazy, I guess.
I want to see those cave paintings.
Rob only wants to see them when they've got a vampire in them. Did
My
Discord
internet's
disconnect?
not dead. Oh!
I asked what a
Hello?
cave painting of a clitoris would look like, and then
We
everyone
need to
stopped.
I thought I had made the most unfunny joke in the history of time. guys just fucking went dead silent, and I was like, oh fuck. I didn't think it was that bad.
I was talking about a cave painting of a clitoris, and everyone keeps going silent every time I say it. I wish you'd stop ghosting me about my clit.
Did you guys know that multiple clitorises are called clitori?
Yes. Actually, it's clitoro.
Yeah, well, that's just one.
Yeah. That's a single
The
clitoro.
The clitorum.
Clitoro. Sounds like a really
My
bad
neighbor
wrestling.
Clitoro.
Guillermo del Clitoro.
You know when you go to Starbucks now, they try to upsell you. I guess making like 9,000% markup per cup of coffee isn't enough. Go in for a cup of coffee. A cup of coffee, please. This is how an average Starbucks interaction goes, if you've ever been. It's a coffee chain that originated in Seattle, Washington. Now, you go into the Starbucks if you want a caffeinated beverage like a coffee, and you go, hey, I'd like a coffee, please. You order it in various... No one's going to stop me here, huh? You're just going to let it keep going?
I really want to know how
this
revolves around the clitoris.
But
at some point, you got to say your name.
Are you going to end on rolling meat or something?
No, but now you go to the Starbucks, and you go, hey, I'll have a venti pike, please. Because you order in sizes that are Italian because it wants to have the illusion of being like a coffee chain that's, very haute coffee. And, which coincidentally was the name of mod in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas that got people in a lot of hot water, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But
they banged
something.
Now they go, you want some lemon loaf with that? If I wanted some lemon loaf, I would have told you I wanted some lemon loaf.
Isn't it like $7 too?
It's just a decision. It's not my first time at the coffee shop known as Starbucks, as demonstrated by my encyclopedic knowledge of the procedure and company philosophy. If I wanted a lemon loaf, I would have walked up and been like, hey, I'll take a venti pike, please. Oh, right, and the lemon loaf. Don't try
Pike's like a fish, right?
Yeah, pike's a fish. That's what I was gonna say. Is like, are you ordering just like a whole fish at Starbucks? Like, what kind of store is Starbucks?
Well, you see, the Pike is also the name of a street in Seattle, which is where the company known as Starbucks, this coffee shop in question, was. This is where it was founded. So
you know too much.
Yeah, but how do you order a coffee once you're there?
You go, I'll take a large coffee,
large
please.
mouth bass, please.
Can I have one? Can I have one rainbow trout in a grande cup?
This is a weird joke.
Well, I'm just saying, I wonder what percentage of the obesity epidemic can be
has to do with Stardust.
Can be tied to that barista at Starbucks asking you if you want a lemon loaf.
Probably almost none.
90%.
Almost all of it, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's probably fair. Can we actually, like, once, YouTube and Twitch fails for all of us.
Right, yeah.
Can we make a Starbucks knockoff called, like, Clarblux and, like...
You had a lot of opportunities there.
I mean, I couldn't really
Nurgle.
think of a
What was the color?
Yeah, Nurle.
Nurle, that's it. Oh, fudge.
Yeah. But yeah, and then it only sells fish in cups.
Here's the thing.
Fish.
You called
It's
it
like
a
cup of
jacked up. No, here's the thing. There was a time where I was like, yo, Mouth, we should, like, open a Subway franchise together. It's guaranteed money. We'll just, pool our savings. One of us has to, like, go to the Subway University, and then we'll, like, split it down the middle. But he always, and you fuckers do it too, it's never, let's just open a Subway and collect the paychecks. It's always, yeah, and at our Subway, we're gonna use, like, real honey in the bread. And I'm like, no.
And no ranch!
Yeah.
You don't have the options.
But everyone,
That's true, yeah.
Everyone
Just
wants
'cause you're
to
a
fuck with
franchisee.
it, though. Everybody wants to fuck with the sure thing.
It's not a sure thing. You still have to
mean
be a good
everybody,
manager.
or do you
Come
just
on.
mean mouth?
Well, I mean, Mouth and... Well, any of you guys want to open up a Subway with me?
It's not easy to run a restaurant, though.
I think it's probably pretty easy to run a Subway, all things considered, right?
It's not easy to... Look at freaking Hell's Kitchen, man, or Kitchen Nightmares. Everybody's got nightmares going on in their kitchen.
That's true. There are a lot of
Have you
nightmares.
considered that?
Does Subway even have a kitchen?
It's what you see.
I
What
mean,
you see is what you get.
it's
It's
They
like-
got big vats of frozen stuff.
They
in
got
the back.
knives and ovens.
There's,
I mean, yeah,
there's
it's probably not
kitchen,
that
there's
hard to run a
kitchen stuff
Subway.
going on somewhere.
I don't
They
think
probably
it's...
like cut the meat or maybe like prepare the meat. I don't know.
There's
No, they
definitely,
definitely do not do that.
stuff to do.
I'm
in a
not
Subway.
saying that running a Subway is like the same as just like sleeping on the couch watching whatever movies on, TBS, right? But in the whole scheme of things.
Compared to running, Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse, Subway.
Compared to running like a McDonald's.
Really? You think so?
They got fryers going, and you can get smoothies there now. You can get, coffee drinks there now.
You get breakfast all day.
Yeah, whoa!
You can't win though.
What if I do the same thing, but times 30? Here we go. Here we go.
Slingshot him. Bring him home.
Oh, John. This is for you, John Glenn.
Cena!
Oh.
All
right, well, I want to see comments from Subway owners and managers.
There's gotta be like 2, right? There's gonna be 2 out there. I think.
There's gotta be somebody out there.
It is to
or
work
a
there.
manager. I can see managers.
No, there's no doubt that at least one person watches our videos who's like, their parents are really wealthy, and they're like, hey, for your 18th birthday, we're giving you, one of our Subway franchises. Let me know what it's like, because I'm in the market. Not really, but...
How much
I just think you're underestimating it.
The franchising fee was like $100 and something thousand.
$125,000.
Really?
I mean, it's not cheap. It's not like buying a bike or something, but...
And that's just the franchising fee, right? Like, you still have to pay for the real estate or whatever. Or is that all included?
Yeah, that's to buy the license to open the store on the land that you provide.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, but we got like a garage, so...
Okay.
I don't know if Subway would allow that.
Just like pop it open there and...
Well, that's what Mal's
like
here
your Planet
for.
Coaster Park.
That's what Mal's here for.
You say it's themed. Just open your garage door.
Here in my garage.
I am in my garage.
Hey, okay, I've got the cold cut combo. Would you like a, pepperoni sandwich with that as well? If I wanted a pepperoni sandwich, I would have ordered one.
But would you order a lemon loaf at Subway?
Nah.
I've had their cookie. It was alright.
Did nobody else hear that?
You went...
Did you fart or something?
No, the character death was like 10 seconds longer than normal. Like, when he died,
really?
he was like, ring.
Did he shoot a hot dog?
And then he went, and he just did that for like 5 seconds.
It's so creepy when Rob shoots a hot dog. Every time I think of the hot dog that got lost in his lungs and never came out.
You know what's like a guaranteed 10 million view video is if we all get to PAX East and start shooting hot dogs.
I'm never doing that.
You know what I said we should do at PAX East, though? Is get to a bar.
Go to Bear's
and then
house.
Get really drunk, and then fucking sing a live rendition of Boobaloo.
No.
Yeah. That sounds really lame. That sounds like if you
really
like
that's almost like if you guys had gone to the basement of a bar and all
sang
All Star together.
Okay,
really.
But people came down and sang that with us. There's a difference there.
There were
no
people
one would be
giving
singing
us,
the
like,
Whirly Rig.
If we're convincing enough, they'll think
solidarity.
it's an actual pirate shanty. All right.
I'm just saying. I feel like if there's a scale of like pulling out magic cards and playing a magic card game tournament at the basement of a bar and like singing All Star in the basement of the bar,
with the
that's
magic
closer to
cards?
the magic cards.
Pulling out magic cards in the basement of a bar is bothering nobody. Well,
but like
you can go to a board game bar. You could go play freaking Settlers of Catan, but if you pull out these magic decks, then all of a sudden it's like, get out of
If you
here.
go to a regular old bar and you're pulling out fucking Settlers of Catan, then you have branded yourself like I am a nerd.
Josh would do
Look
that.
at me, nerd.
And Josh would make it seem cool somehow.
Why do you gotta fucking like just play into the man like that, Rob? Is what
What if you
just
pull out a
saying.
Magikarp?
Hey, we're
That's
trying to get away from our wives in here. No magic allowed. So why don't you step to me? I spent $300 on this Bank Company deck, and you know what? You're not allowed in my fucking Subway anymore.
Wow. So you're gonna make can you make a themed Subway restaurant?
See, this
that's
is
like-
why this is like step one of the job interview for being the co-franchisee. Is what's your dream for our Subway? The correct answer is, I don't know, sell sandwiches. That's the correct answer. The wrong answer is, what if we put leather couches in the lounge? Made it like a swanky Subway. That's like, we'll call you.
Swankway.
I would go to a leather lounge
No,
Subway.
you wouldn't.
No,
Would you go to a leather lounge though?
I would go.
Oh, this fucking
I've been to a
Murph!
leather lounge many times.
Did you
Let
pull out
me
your
tell
magic
you.
cards?
I'm just like still trying to process how Rob thinks singing All Star is somehow less lame than singing a made up pirate shanty.
Because the thing
Do you know what they used to do at bars? Sing pirate shanties.
What are you talking about?
You
They used to sing pirate shanties.
Maybe they weren't pirate shanties, but they were shanties
I
nonetheless.
think you're thinking of pirates.
Yeah,
I
you're thinking of
I'm
pirates.
just thinking of pirates in general. Yeah, that's it. But the question is, what do vampires sing?
Probably some like Evanescence.
There's probably like a good pun in there somewhere, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah,
for it.
I have faith in you guys.
Raining
honestly.
Blood by Slayer.
No, you need to make a pun out of a
Yeah, it's
genre
gotta be
of
a pun.
music.
Vampire Weekend.
That is not a genre of music, nor is it a pun.
Also, like, probably the least likely band for an actual vampire to listen
Is
to.
it? Wait, does that count as a pun or no?
No.
But what?
I thought it was pretty punny if you asked me.
Wow.
Ooh, I'll have the pressed chicken sandwich, please.
Ooh, we don't sell those. You can have a cold cut combo.
Can I at least sit in a leather couch?
Yeah, next door.
Freaking cold cut combo and Kate's cosmic cow. Like, man, you're all about the triples of those letters.
You know, cold is spelled with a C.
You didn't spell it with a C in your roller coaster.
So is cut
Well, not if,
and combo.
unless this is Mortal Kombat.
I think it is.
Yo, can you make a pirate? Actually, a pirate Mortal Kombat themed Subway?
That was not the original joke, but I think
No, it
you just
wasn't.
ran with it.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you just gotta accept how it goes.
We made this too.
That's Phantom Glue!
Phantom
I
Blue.
expected to be stuck to it, and I wasn't.
Phantom of the glue inside your mind.
Yeah, I'd open a Subway.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't.
Honestly,
I
That's
wouldn't
what
really want to open a
asked
Subway.
you,
I'd rather
and
open
then-
something else. Like open just something, more
Make
fun.
an arcade.
what's more fun
That's
than
like-
a Subway?
There are people who open businesses in New York all the time, right?
No
and,
way.
And they're
What do
they're
you call
delis. Well, no, but see, the thing is, they open up
Wantrepreneurs.
delis, right?
Yeah.
Now, a deli is like a dime a dozen. There's a million of them all over New York. Why would you name your deli Corner Deli or, 15th Street Deli? Because that's like half the delis in New York are just that. You're spending like $250K on this deli. The best you're going to come up with is Corner Deli?
What are you gonna call it?
They're trying to ride
Hello?
the name recognition, man.
I'm
That's a
just
huge
saying.
chain.
I'm just saying, man. Like, get a little bit more creative if you're gonna, do something. Do something.
Hey,
that.
I know your business has been here for 85 years, but Rob has got something to tell you.
Well, no, but like, there's like the delis that have been around for 85 years have names, and maybe that's conspiracy theory.
Like what?
Katz's Delicatessen, Ben's Best Delicatessen.
Why don't you become a consultant of delicatessens and help them write their names then?
I really should, honestly.
It's free
I
money.
hate that
If you're
word.
thinking of opening up a deli in New York, just don't name it after the street that it's on. It's boring.
These are the synergistic marketing strategies you can expect from Robert and Robert Enterprises.
Exactly. I'm in the Murph.
What if you called it like Nerlay Deli?
There
My
you go,
God,
perfect.
he's a genius.
It is more dynamic.
And put some leather couches down in the lobby. People
'Cause
love
then you
leather.
You could say like, oh hey, we're going to, like we used to go to this deli called Silverio's Deli,
Yeah.
and we say, hey, we're going to Silverio's.
But it creates
fun.
it creates an awkward situation, I think. Because what if you went to the deli and the guy was like, hey, I'm the owner. And you're like, you look a lot more like a Bashir than you look like a Silvario. Like, wouldn't you think that it undermined the goodness of the deli?
I mean, I'll tell you what, Silverio definitely looked like Silverio.
There's
I'll
a
tell you
deli
that.
that's been
Oh,
on
Silverio
my
coming
mind.
to your stereo.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Why risk it?
I think
He had no teeth, and he was really creepy.
You have big muscles.
Slurp Vario.
We're getting to our very last turn of Ultimate Chicken Horse now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
After this.
that's sad.
I wish our final episode was better.
Wow, I thought it was okay.
It had that overlong Starbucks bit.
You know what?
Not the Murph!
You blew up a Murph.
Why would you Murph
You
that?
said it was a bad episode. You said it was a bad
I didn't,
episode.
say it
place.
was, I didn't say it was a bad episode. I just said I wish it
I
was
don't get
better.
to place my final object.
That doesn't mean that you take away a Murph from our lives,
Oh.
Austin. Murph
No,
takes
that just
away...
gives you the hope for the Murph of tomorrow, honestly.
Yeah, but there is
The Murph of tomorrow.
Who's gonna be the
There's
first
no
one out?
Murphs ever again.
Oh God.
It's Nick. It's me.
He did it.
He did it.
Hey, Diddy.
Hey, Diddy. Hey, diddle diddle.
Oh, how fitting.
Suck on my fiddle.